it's Barbara. I have no coffee today. I went and drank all my coffee with my sister, and I didn't bring another cup up because, of course, the coffee is really not very good. But it's late because we sat and talked for a long time. One of the things that she likes to do is draw floor plans and think about spaces and stuff, and she's designed several additions and things like that to her properties over the years and has thought a lot about floor plans and such. And so we just sat there and I told her all our wants and wishes for our new house that we're probably never going to build, but you know, we have to start somewhere. And she's going to work on drawing up some floor plans and see if, you know, if it's possible to take all the parts we want and turn them into a house, an actual house that's like, you know, a reasonable size and whatever. So she's gone off to do that, and that'd be fun for her and fun for me to have something to kind of look at. And you know, it was fun to talk about the things we were looking for. Did I say good morning? It's Barbara. Good morning. I think it's still morning. So yesterday, I went out shopping for my dad. Lots of different things he needed, including pants, but I couldn't find pants for him. So my assignment now is to go home when I go home tomorrow night and over the weekend, find some pants, order him some pants that can be mailed to him. But I got everything else, and that was good. And so I ran errands for the parents, and then my sister and I had dinner. Oh, we had a lovely, well, the menu was quite disappointing, and for me there were very few things that I could eat on this menu. It was a small menu. It was kind of a pub menu, she called it, and my sister described it as a pub menu, you know, mostly sandwiches, a couple of main dishes, and a couple of starter kind of things. But it's a distillery, and so I ended up having a gin martini with their gin, which turned out to be really good. The second one, the first one, they made it a dirty martini, which I don't like, which has olive juice in it, and I'm not a dirty martini kind of martini drinker. So I got a new one, and it was lovely. And I ended up buying a couple of bottles of gin from their store, and so that was fun. But they had this amazing, the soup of the day was roasted red pepper soup, which was delicious. So I sent Dennis a picture saying I'm having the most delicious soup, because I really like soup and Dennis makes me delicious soup. So I sent him a picture of the soup saying roasted red pepper soup. It's really, really good. It's got a little zing to it and it's delicious. And so he sent back recipe ? So I asked the waitress to ask the cook if I could have the recipe for that soup. And he said that he could give me the list of ingredients that he put in the soup, but he just, you know, he's a soup maker, which means some of this and some of that and start with this and do that, you know, and so he couldn't give me a recipe per se, but he could tell me the ingredients, which he did. And so I texted Dennis a picture of the list of ingredients. So I'm sure he's home madly working away at seeing if he can make this delicious zingy soup. It was really good. So it made the evening, that and the lovely people, even though the choices for meals was very small. So I had the soup, and if I had ordered the soup first and said, let me have the soup and come back and I'll figure out, I would have had 2 bowls of soup for my meal. But I ordered they're basically smoked buffalo thighs. So they smoke the thighs and then they serve them like buffalo chicken wings, only the thighs. And I had this before at their sister restaurant, and the sister restaurant no longer serves them, so they moved it over to this restaurant. But that's what John had made me the day before, you know, so, but I got them, and the way they described it, they didn't put an S on thighs, so I was thinking I was going to get 1, but I got 3, so I have 2 here to take home with me, or, you know, eat in the car on the way home tomorrow night if I get hungry or whatever. So, but the people and the soup and the gin made it a lovely, lovely meal. And, you know, Christy and I just sat and enjoyed ourselves. And it was just across the parking lot from the hotel. So we just walked over and walked back. It started to rain a little bit, but the day started out pretty nice. But by the afternoon, it, you know, got rainy. So today is a quiet, relaxing day. We just had a very leisurely conversation and coffee and houseplan sketching session, and then tonight we're going back to my brother's. He's got a roast he's making, and I'm bringing a bottle of Dennis's super yummy red wine. My brother is a former wine sommelier, and he before he retired, he was selling wines and liquors to restaurants and things like that. So he's been in the beverage business for a very long time. So Dennis really values his opinion on his wines. I think John's going to love this wine. Love this wine. So that's the plan for today. So we'll pick the parents up after their nap, and we're going to bring a cheese platter for munchies ahead of time, and a yummy wine. So I have a few hours to sit and relax and read my phone and knit on the edge, or whatever it's called. I'm going to cause an earthquake because I have it right here. It's called Along the Edge Cowl. That's what it's going to look like. This is where I am now. So it's knit all back and forth in one piece, and then it's sewn into the cowl shape. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? This is the yarn that Juanita spun, and I'm having so much fun knitting it. Thank you, Juanita. And thank you, Megan, for the suggestion of the Along the Edge. And it's just the perfect thing. I don't have to think too much. I got to count the stitches. I'm supposed to do, you know, do these 6 rows until you have X number of stitches. It doesn't even tell you how many, because I don't want to keep track of that anyway. I would rather count the stitches periodically and say, oh, I got to go a little further. Because you add 3 stitches every 6 rows. So it takes a while. I think I had to add 40 stitches or something like that. So anyway, so I'm sitting here watching videos or watching TV. I actually put the TV on last night, and they have a lot of channels here that I don't have on my TV, and I guess it was HBO. I watched the first episode of The Time Traveler's Wife. I was a little disappointed. I thought I could binge watch it, but I couldn't figure out how to get past episode 1. So apparently I can't binge watch it. It's a book that I read, The Time Traveler's Wife. I recommend it. It's really interesting, where this guy basically travels in time backwards and forwards. And so when he travels in time, it just like, he just like disappears out of his clothes, and he arrives at the new time somewhere, wherever, naked. And so he had, you know, so he has to be able to run fast. He has to be able to steal clothes, because he has no, you know, I mean, he's just nothing but his naked body. So we see a lot of his naked body, to be honest. You know, he's got a cute butt. I'm just saying. But it's a very interesting story, and the wife is played by the actress who was the, see, I didn't watch all of Game of Thrones, so I don't even know the wildlings from On the Other Side of the Wall. Jon Snow, the redheaded, beautiful redheaded girl that he interacted with in the early stages of Game of Thrones. That's the actress who is the wife on this. And very pretty redhead. My lighting keeps going in and out. Luckily, you know what I look like. So I watched that, and then, you know, I started The Batman, but I realized I don't really care about Batman or The Batman, so I didn't finish that, and finally I was just like wasting my time on TV, and it was time for bed. Except I was knitting. So anyway, there you go. That's where I am. Tomorrow I check out here. I take my mom to the doctor, and and then after her appointment, I will be heading home. So it feels like I've been on vacation. I've been trying to be good about being masked in public, and I have my filter fan here that I turned off for the video, but we'll turn it back on. Try to keep all the virus particles down, kind of stuff. And yeah. So feels like a little bit of a vacation. And it's been fun to spend time with my sister and my family, so I do appreciate being able to do that. And when I get back, I will have Vicky there, and I'll be spending some time with Vicky because I haven't seen her since October. So there you go. It'll be fun to spend time with her too. Dennis's sister, Vicky, is in from California visiting her mother and us. So that's the story. You're all caught up. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.